G'day guys, welcome back to another video. There are currently 41 countries in the entire world that have never had a competitor in a WCA Rubik's Cubing competition. Not a single one. Here are the countries here. So a lot of them are the small ones from the Caribbean, a lot of them are from Africa, there's quite a lot here, which honestly makes sense. Then there's only 2 countries in Asia, which is North Korea and Timor-Leste, a lot of the island countries in Oceania, and then there's 2 countries in Europe, which is the Vatican and San Marino. That's it, 41 countries. Everything in grey, apart from Australia because that's just where I live, everything in grey has competed in a competition before, which is pretty crazy. It really makes the W in WCA count. Now there's also 16 countries in the world that have one single competitor. So that means that there's been one person from that country, not necessarily in that country, but from that country that has competed in a competition somewhere else. Which if you think about it, kind of makes sense because if there was a competition in that country, there'd be a few more people from that country competing. But anyway, these countries are the Democratic Republic of Congo, Fiji, Grenada, Guyana, Haiti, Laos, Lesotho, Maldives, Monaco, Mozambique, Myanmar, Namibia, Rwanda, Somalia, Togo, and Tonga, with one person. Some of them have only competed the first time ever this year, and I'm gonna go through them. There is a couple of countries that have 2 or 3 people, but I thought that wasn't as interesting. Now, some of these countries with one person have been around for a while. This person's either been competing since, 2015, or they've stopped, or something like that. But it means they have the national record because no one else has competed. And I found some really interesting national record statistics that I want to go through. Now I've got a question. Which country do you think has the most recent person to join the WCA? So in 2022, there was 4 countries that all got introduced to the WCA. These are Qatar, Mozambique, Tonga, and the Maldives, which they got fairly decent averages around 20s to 30s. And so far there's been 8 different countries in 2023 that have joined the WCA. So in January, we had a kid from Fiji competing in an Australian competition with an average of 16 seconds. Then later in January, we had a competitor from Eritrea in Africa with a 34-second average. Remember, this is the first person ever from these countries to compete. Then in February, we had someone from Myanmar for the first time ever, and I'll come back to them. They had a very interesting average. In April, the first person from Ethiopia. Also in April, the first person from the Republic of Congo, not to be confused with the Democratic Republic of Congo, which had a competitor a long time ago. In May, we had the first person ever from Rwanda compete. Then in June, we had the first person from Lesotho, which is this country right here, with a 23-second average. And then finally, the most recent country to join the WCA is Laos. Sumek Zainuin. I'm assuming it's pronounced something like that. Got a 13-second average at the Hanoi Summer 2023 competition, which was in July the 22nd, 2023. So that means that almost all of Asia has completely competed in a competition. There's only one continent that actually has every country, which is South America, only because there's only like 14 countries and they're all relatively big. In Asia, the 2 countries that haven't competed are East Timor, because they're very small, and of course, North Korea, which I don't really see them competing anytime soon. We'll see. Also, with Yan Myo-ung from Myanmar. He's still currently the national record. He's competed a couple of times now since his debut in February, but his first ever time was a 10.73 second average and a 7.5 single. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure that this might be the fastest first national record for a country. So not first time competitor like some of those kids in China that are getting 5-second times in their first competition, but the first person from a single country getting a 7.5-second time and a 10-second average, which I don't know has ever happened before, but you let me know. What's the fastest national record average for a competitor? I want to know, because I'm pretty sure this might be it, but we'll see. So anyway, I just thought this was really interesting. And what do you think the next country is that's going to be added to the WCA? I have no idea. Probably somewhere in Africa, because there's a lot more African competitions coming up soon. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.